students, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy and studying also. As we have completed active and passive voice, adverb and degrees of comparison we have completed all the exercises. So children, today we are going to start your new chapter, that is prepositions. Preposition, it's not a simple topic, but it's having lots of things that you should understand. So let's start this chapter or this new concept of grammar. This is one of the part of speech. So children, let's start. Now first of all, I would like to give you definition of prepositions. So a preposition is a word often placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with some other words in the sentence. Now in this pic, you can see the definition of prepositions. Prepositions are words that we use before nouns or pronouns to show their relationship with other words in a sentence. For example, I am sitting on a chair. So, and the second one is I am walking to her. There are preposition of location, direction and time. Now here you can see in first example, I am sitting on a chair. Where I am sitting? I am sitting on a chair. So that is showing you a location. I am walking to her. It means you are walking to her, you are going near to that particular person. So it shows the direction of yours. So from definition you can understand prepositions are words that we use before noun or pronoun to show their relationship with other words in the sentence. Now here you can see I am sitting on a chair. It means it shows the relationship with other words in the sentence. Few examples I am going to give you. The king ruled over a vast kingdom. He is happy with Rohit's experience. It means these are the example of preposition. Now we are going to study about types of preposition and what are the things preposition can show. So let's start. Before going to start first type of preposition or kinds of preposition, I would like to tell you that there are three types in prepositions. First is place of prepositions, the preposition which can show the place where the noun and pronoun is. Time of preposition, and third is direction of preposition. So these three types we are going to discuss in this video. So let's start. We are going to discuss first kinds of preposition. Now first type of preposition is preposition of location. It means preposition of place. Place. Preposition of place. It means where the thing is, where the object is. That is shown by place, preposition of place. So preposition of place or location are used to indicate the location or position of object. It is showing the location and position of an object. For example, on, in, under, in front of, among, between. These are all the preposition words which can show the position of and location of the object. Now, the position of the ball in this pic, you can see, you can recognize how to use a preposition appropriately, because sometimes we get confused how to use these preposition of place appropriately. Now, if the thing is inside the box or somewhere inside, so we are going to write in and inside. If it is the object is on the or on the surface of anything, that we can write on. And here you can see at will be used because it was placed near the main object. The ball is near the box. It means it is very near to the box. Now under. The ball is under the box, या carton or stool. So, under the carton. Now here over. It means there is a little bit difference between the object and the object with whom we are showing the relation. Now below, it means directly under this object. Above, it means it's having a space between the main object to the other object. Now here round, around. It means the ball are around that green ball. Now through. Through means through and through. Now here among. Among means it is showing the, you can say the gathering of among all. We are just making it. Between. It means the red ball in between of two black ball. Now if the thing is, if we are going to see among is a one thing which is in the group. So that time we can write among. If your thing is in between the two object, then you can say in between. Now behind. Behind means it is back of that particular object. In front, if you can see, the ball is in front of box. Along, it means it's go through and through. Now across, it means it is cross. Up, down, opposite, onto, off, into, because it is in the motion, out, past, next to, it means next to, against, over, from, to, and towards. The position of the ball can show you how to use preposition. Now let's learn about more preposition of location. Now here you can see the apple is on the stool. In this pic you can see the apple under the stool. This boy is standing in front of another boy. Against, it means the dog is coming out against that boy. Inside, inside or in, if the noun and pronoun in the motion and it is going inside that room or anywhere, so we can say inside. Against means next to or touching on upright surface for support. The boy is leaning against a wall. It means the boy is leaning against a wall. It means next to or touching on upright surface for support. I am leaning against the whiteboard. Don't lean against a wall. It's just been painted. Now here, among and between. The difference between among and between, many children get confused in it because it's having a slightly different type of meaning. Among is talking about that you are surrounded by many people and we are just talking about the group, among all. If we are talking about between, between means, if I am going to give you example, distribute these packets of toffee among all. It means you have to distribute these toffees among all, but many children. But if we are going to give one example that these toffee you can share in between you and your friend Namita. It means you are sharing your toffees in between 2 or 3 peoples. So that is why in that time we are supposed to use between, and if we are talking about some more children or more people, then we are supposed to use among. Now beside. Beside, if which is very near to you and which is you can say next to you, that is called beside. Behind means back. So in this pic you can see. Now we are moving to second kinds of preposition, that is preposition of direction. It means are used to show direction of movement to and from a fixed point. For example, to, from, into, along, over, through, across and round. So these are the preposition which can show direction of movement to and from a fixed point. If I am going to give one example, that in this pic you can see I am walking to a school. It means your direction, your walking direction is to the school. So in this pic you can see I am walking to school. You are in the direction of school. Now Richard came into the room. Now here you can see it is in the motion, the Richard coming inside the room. If we are showing the motion, with motion any action, that we are going to use into. Here you can see Richard came into the room. From this direction you can understand. Now into used to show motion or movement. Now here it is written already, so please keep in your mind whenever you are using into, it is with motion. I am giving more example about that. The cat jumped into the box. It means the cat was in the motion and jumped inside the box. Now second one, the ball fell into the river. It means the ball was falling or into the river with the motion. She poured some boiling water into the teapot. It means it is into the motion. The man threw rubbish into the river. So into used to show motion or movement. She has returned from town. It means she has returned from town. They walked along the row of the house. For example, there are many gift shops along Jalan Crow Chow Kit. So they walked along the row of house. It means they are walking along. The boys ran across the road. It means the boys are crossing the road and they are running. So the boy ran across the road. Across means आर पार जाना. Across means on the opposite side. It means from one side to another side. The boy swam across the pond. Next example is Siti is walking across the road. Third is Ali walked across the river by using the old bridge. Across means on the opposite side. They are running around the tree. It means they are moving round from a particular tree. So they are running around the tree. Around means moving in a circle. Moving in a circle is called a round. For example, the cat ran around the stool chasing the mouse. It means the cat was running or moving in a circle, the stool chasing the mouse. So this is, you can say this is the best example. Now, Tim jumped over the fence. In this pic you can see Tim jumped over here, a preposition. Now the boy jumped over the fence. The cat leaps over the drain. It means they are crossing or jumping across the object. That is why the boy jumped over. It means a slightly difference between that one object to another object, and it is moving from one side to another side, but in the having a difference. The bird flew in through the window. It means it is, you can see in this pic that through the window, it means it is going inside to outside. The bird flew through the window. It means it is moving from inside to outside. So that is why we are using over here through. Now a few examples. Ali kicked the ball through the window. Amit threw the rubbish through the window. Now we are going to start third type of preposition, prepositions of time. Now preposition of times indicate time or duration, and they are used to show when things happen. For example, by, for, before, after, since, at and during, they are all shows when things happen. It means preposition of time indicates time or duration. For example, I am going to give you, I reached the school at 7 a.m. She is sleeping since morning. Now here in the sentence, at and since are preposition of time, and at indicates the exact time, whereas since indicate from 1 onwards. So these are the preposition of time. These preposition can show the time of an action. Now preposition of time, if we are talking about for and since, and we have discussed at and since. Now we use for when we measure time. It means in seconds, minutes, hours, days, months and years. Whenever we are measuring the time, then we are supposed to use for. For example, he held his breath for 7 minutes. She's lived there for 7 years. The British and Irish have been quarreling for 7 centuries. It means it's measuring the time. Now here in second one, we are going to talk about since. We use since with a specific date or time. For example, he's worked here since 1970. She has been sitting in the waiting room since 2:30. So, since is used with the specific time and date, but for is used when we measure time. So, whenever we are going to measure the time, then we are supposed to use for, and when we are going to show a specific time or date, then we are used to since. So, children, in this image you can see that how we are going to use in time in, on and at, where, how to use. So, here in will be used in a week, in the Easter holiday, in the winter, in a year. It means it is not, we are not going to specify the time. That time we are supposed to use in, or in will be used whenever we are going to show year or particular day or season or month. That time we are going to use in. Now next is on. How we can use on. So on will be used on the weekend, on Easter day, on Christmas day. Now next, at the weekend. Generally it is used in on the weekend, it is used in the United States. It means in the American English. But in British English, at the weekend, at Easter, at Christmas, or when we are very specifying the time, at 9 a.m., at 9 o'clock. So there we are supposed to use at. Now let's see more prepositions which are written in this table, that is about, above, abroad, according to, across, after, against, age, ahead of, along, amidst, among, amongst, apart, around, as far as well as, aside, at, away, because of, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, besides, between, beyond, but, by name of. These are alphabetically it is written in this table. Close to, despite, dawn, due to, during, except, for, from, hence, in accordance with, in addition to, in case of, in front of, in lieu of, in place of, in spite of. Now here you can see into, inside, instead of, into, like, near, next, next to, net, withstanding, off, on account of, on behalf of, on to, on the top of, on to, out from, out of, outside, over, on to, past, per, prior to, round, since, than, through, throughout, till, times, to, reward, towards, under, underneath, unlike. So these are all prepositions we are using in the various way. So this is the table. If you want to write, you can take it or you can take a screenshot, because in this table it is written alphabetically. So learn all the preposition, because these prepositions are very important for you to join the sentence and to show where is the object. So take a screenshot. It is written alphabetically. Now let's see once again preposition. As we have discussed definition of preposition. Now here you can see once again we are going to revise preposition. It means pre plus position. So it is made with two words, that is pre plus position. A preposition precedes a noun or a pronoun to show nouns or the pronoun's relationship to another word in the sentence. Prepositions are connecting words, bridge words. They show relationship. Now here you can see prepositions precedes a noun to show the noun's relationship to another word in the sentence. So this is also a brief introduction of preposition. Now, as we all know, we are going to revise the kinds of pronouns. Once again, we can see there are three types of pronoun. A preposition of place. There are three types of preposition. Preposition of place, preposition of time, and preposition of direction. Preposition of place is telling us or gives information about the place, location, or position of a noun or pronoun in relation to something else are called preposition of place. For example, her friends live at Sultanpur. Rohit was studying at Mathura in UP. My aunt lives at Toronto in Canada. So it refers the place. For example, in, at, on, between, among, above, across, below, under, beside, by, behind. These are all preposition of place. Now we are going to see the next type of preposition is preposition of time, as we have discussed. Preposition of time indicates time or duration. Here are some examples of preposition we are going to give: at, on, in, by, until, for, during, between, within, since, after, and before. For example, I reached the school at 7 a.m. She is sleeping since morning. These are all preposition of time. For example, I am going to give you Rita reached the airport at 8 p.m. and I will finish my work by 8 p.m. So these are the example of preposition of time. Now we are going to discuss the third type of preposition, which is preposition of direction. Preposition of direction gives us information about the direction or movement of person and thing. Some preposition of direction are to, into, towards, along, onto, through, across, over, down, and up. For example, John jumped over the fence. Suman ran down the corridor. I am going to office now. He walked into the room. Nora is walking towards the park. The cat jumped onto the roof of the house. So these are all example of preposition of direction. So children, revise this chapter again and again, because we should know how many types of preposition, where we are going to use these preposition. So children, listen carefully and revise it. And we will continue this chapter tomorrow also. We will discuss once again the types of preposition and definition of preposition and how we are going to use, where we are going to use preposition of time, preposition of direction, and preposition of place. So children, that's all for it for today, and we will meet again tomorrow. We will discuss this topic once again. and we will solve exercises. Till then, bye-bye and take care.